Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down complex stories into something clear and, well, really engaging. And today, we've got a chilling one for you. A story about grief, a deep mystery, and a love so strong it actually tried to defy death itself.
So, picture this. A woman named Shruti is grieving. Her husband, Siddharth, recently took his own life, and she's just trying to get through the night. And that's when it happens. A single, bizarre knock on her balcony door that just plunges her right into a terrifying ordeal she never, ever could have seen coming.
All right, so let's get into the first part of the story, which really kicks off with a question that has no logical answer. So Shruti, she cautiously opens the door, and there's no one there. Nothing. She's confused, she looks down at the parking lot, and her eyes land on the very SUV where her husband died. And right at that moment, her phone buzzes. It's a text message, and get this, it's from Siddharth's number. The messages feel impossibly real, and they're super urgent. They pull her out of her apartment, down the stairs, and straight towards the car that has become this awful symbol of her loss. She gets to the car, and of course, it's completely empty. But here's where it gets really weird. She checks her phone again, and the texts, even the call log, they're just gone. Wiped totally clean. It's as if the whole thing never even happened. Okay, so she's totally unsettled, right? But she's also determined. She gets into the car, opens the glove compartment, and finds another phone. Siddharth's second phone. And with it comes the very first shocking clue that the man she married was living a whole secret life.
And this phone? It's a bombshell. It's filled with pictures of not one, but two women she has never, ever seen before. One of them looks like a librarian, and she's been photographed over and over at the City Central Library. So this is Shruti's first real lead, and she knows she's got to follow it.
So the next day, Shruti goes to the library and confronts the woman from the photos. Her name is Nisha. And the story that Nisha tells her, well, it only makes the mystery of Siddharth's last days even deeper. Nisha admits, yeah, they flirted, but she says it was harmless, not a serious affair. But then she just drops this bomb. Siddharth once brought her to Shruti's own home. And what happened there was anything but harmless. Nisha explains that what started as a kiss just suddenly turned violent. Out of nowhere, Siddharth started strangling her. She only got him to stop when she managed to push him off. And he was just completely falling apart, kept repeating that nothing was working and that he needed to end it. Now, at the time, Nisha just figured he felt guilty about cheating. But Shruti knows her husband, and she has this gut feeling that the truth is way more complicated and probably a lot more sinister. So back in the car, Shruti shows Nisha the last piece of the puzzle that Siddharth left behind, his incredibly strange suicide note. And this note, it opens the door to a truth that is so much weirder than just an affair. The note makes absolutely zero sense to Nisha. So to explain it, Shruti reveals this deeply personal secret that she has kept for 4 years. A secret about a room and what might be inside it. So get this. 4 years ago, an accident left Shruti clinically dead for 13 minutes. And during that time, she had this vision of what she calls the dark room. Siddharth became obsessed with it. He was convinced that she wasn't alone at that threshold. He truly believed something was in that darkness with her. Okay, so following a memory Nisha has of a route Siddharth took her on, they find something completely impossible out in the jungle, a burnt-out house. And this house is an exact but inverted mirror image of Shruti's own home. And the contrast is just jarring. I mean, one is a home, a place of life. The other is its dark, abandoned twin. Inside this creepy ritual house, they find a single wooden doll just hanging from the ceiling. And Nisha, who reads a lot, recognizes it right away. It's part of a dark ritual, something designed to confuse spirits. Back at home, Shruti finds the one book Siddharth never returned to the library. The title is Agor Shastra, and it's a book all about these dark tantric rituals. And inside, she finds a chapter that explains everything. And just like that, it all clicks into place. The inverse house, the women who looked like her, the doll, it was all part of a ritual to deceive death itself. Siddharth believed some entity from that dark room was coming for Shruti, and he was trying to offer it a substitute. He wasn't cheating on her, he was trying to save her life. So now, armed with this absolutely horrific knowledge, Shruti goes back to that ritual house. She finds a hidden trapdoor right under the doll, and inside is the body of the second woman from the photos. The sacrifice was completed. And then, her phone rings. It's Siddharth's voice, or at least it sounds exactly like him. It tells her the entity is still coming for her, that the ritual failed. It says the only way to protect herself, the only way to finally end this, is for her to take her own life. But as Shruti is sitting there in her car, gun to her head, about to pull the trigger, she remembers Siddharth's promise from his suicide note. They will not come after you. And in this sudden flash of clarity, she realizes this voice on the phone isn't her husband. It's the entity from the darkroom, wearing his voice like a mask. In that one moment, she makes a choice. She decides that Siddharth's sacrifice, his desperate, violent, terrible attempt to save her, will not be for nothing. She completely rejects the entity's manipulation, and she chooses to live. And just like that, poof, the illusion breaks. The voice is gone. She's just sitting in her car holding a gun when the building's caretaker starts knocking on her window trying to see if she's okay. She's back in reality. She is safe. So Shruti survived the entity's final desperate trick. But this whole story leaves us with this really haunting question, doesn't it? Siddharth paid an absolutely unthinkable price. 2 lives, plus his own, just for her second chance. Was it worth it? And that's a question with no easy answer.